Hey, this is Matt once again. We're back to the videos. A paid request this time from my dear friend Efree. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, re-reviews, whatever it may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. So he wanted to ask my opinion on what I would do as an alternate American Ninja 3. Now, I really enjoy the first two with Michael Dudikoff and Steve James. American Ninja 3 Blood Hunt isn't that great, although I do like Steve James in it, and that's why I can watch it, is because of Steve James. David Bradley's not really the best as a lead actor. And I feel like American Ninja 3 was even cheaper than the first two films, so yeah, while I do quite enjoy the first two, the second one's my favorite. The third one, I could watch as a time waster strictly for Steve James, but it does leave a bit to be desired. And first and foremost, I think you would have to bring back Michael Dudikoff, but make Steve James more the lead this time to make it a bit different and refreshing. Because I do think Steve James can handle that fairly well. And it depends where you go. Do you go the more batshit insane route or the more reasonable route? Now, my friend Efree had an idea which I could see happening, is that Steve James as Jackson goes back home, take care of his mom and other people. There's bad guys around, and kind of becomes Steve James's Death Wish 3, where the neighborhood has gone to hell in a handbasket. He uses his skills, some that he learned from Joe, among others. Maybe just some shurikens, some sword play. He's got those swords. Then maybe in the second half, the third act, he brings Michael Dudikoff in. They get together to go kick some ass on these gang members and this city urban landscape. That could work as an American Ninja 3. I do think it would have been more enjoyable than the one we got. Or if you go the more batshit insane route, the second film, for those who don't remember, dealt with a bad guy that was doing this kind of experiment, either with cloning or something to do with the ninjas to augment them with like gene therapy. It was something, get into the realm of sci-fi. If you want to go batshit insane, because I think American Ninja 3 was what, 89 or so? Go for broke, where the bad guys want revenge on Joe because what happened in American Ninja 2 and this research that they got a little bit of, but the rest went down the toilet. So they want revenge on Joe. So they take it on Jackson. So Jackson's put into a prison either to try to get Joe, played by Michael Dudikoff, out of hiding or out into the public. But then we follow Steve Jackson's character of Jackson, where he's in the prison and he's getting these death matches or these badass matches, beating the shit out of people, making fun of other people, giving them shit in prison, causes a prison riot, let the bodies hit the floor, escapes the prison. Then he's on the run from not only mercenaries but also ninjas, kind of like the second film where a lot of times you're wondering why are the bad guys utilizing ninjas. It just is what it is. You kind of, I guess, just accept it in these movies. And mercenaries and ninjas are joined together to chase down Jackson to either try to get more information out of him to make him lead back to Michael Dudikoff's character, or to capture him so that Joe will come out of the woodwork. But Jackson's either trying to get to his friend to warn him, or trying to throw the other bad guys off the trail. And it becomes sort of his Chuck Norris Force Vengeance mixed in with Avenging Force, or Surviving the Game. Like Avenging Force, which he was in, but then got killed. I won't say early on, but kind of early on. So that's why I looked at sort of Force Vengeance beats Surviving the Game, where he's being hunted and he's taking these guys out one by one, sometimes two or three guys, and maybe like Steve James' version of Hard Target. And then if you want to go more insane, when he's kicking everybody's ass, just like Chuck Norris kicked everybody's ass in Force Vengeance, and you have scenes in bars, you have scenes in cars or car chases. Various different locales. And then the bad guys are learning more about their experiments in the second film, what the lion wanted to do in that one. They took it up a few notches, and now maybe, yeah, this is how, if batshit insane, now we're dealing with mutations. Like the ninja version of Resident Evil. Like just go all out horror, craziness. Steve James might do Carl's version of I Come in Peace or something. Where that, I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's canon films. Go broke or go home in a body bag. Go for it. Fuck it. Get some good practical makeup effects and just go to town on this. Where the ninjas can jump higher, can be stronger, faster, but either you go the dead heat route, where they don't stay dead, and you still have that action with comedic, like Steve James would bring in the American Ninja films, or mutations like John Carver's The Thing type of, I don't know why. I guess because I just got done playing this, I see the way like the combat is, so to bring a little bit of that into this, I for some reason think like somehow the ending takes place in a mall where there's bad guys all around, and Michael Dudikoff has come by to help his buddy, and by this point they've been together for like the last either halfway point or 2/3 to the film. They're back together, they work together, and they have this big fight in a mall because they think like Police Story and how crazy that is. Like, you incorporate the two of them working together, they get separated. One's fighting up top level of the wall, utilizing all the equipment. Joe runs to a sporting goods and uses all the equipment, ninja style, to fight these super ninjas. But really showcase what makes them super in the first place. They didn't either. It takes harder for them to kill, or some type of mutation, or the hidden but with super ninjas. I don't know, just as insane or crazy as it is, I would see it. Because I'd be, wow. There's like, I don't know, if Frank Henenlotter made a martial arts movie, or Stuart Gordon made a martial arts movie, just, I'd see it. It'd be insane. And but it'd be too insane, I'm sure, people. Because as soon as I say that, I know the reaction. That's ridiculous. That's silly. That's stupid. At the same time, it's American Ninja 3. I mean, what more can you do with an American Ninja when you get to a part 3? And I like the first two. They're not looked at as high art. And you see how they kind of try to go for with Ninja 3 the Domination? Although, I think you could go that further. And at the very least, if you did some of that with American Ninja 3, it would at least be a fucking cult film. It would go, look how fucking insane, how much cocaine they did making that movie. At the very least, it would have a chance to stick out there. Because who remembers, like, I remember American Ninja 3 because I like Steve James. And he's like the only reason to watch is Steve James. But it's not like the general public remember American Ninja 3 a lot. So that's what I mean. Do you want to go neutral, regular? And then I think my friend Efree's idea of sort of like a Death Wish 3 version with Steve James and a city environment, I think could work successfully. But for me, I'm like, I'm going to go for what could possibly be a cult film later and just go batshit insane. So that's the way I looked at it. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later.